Well, hello, everybody. Come on in, my darlings. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Tuesday night, 7:30. Oh, gosh, everything went a bit crazy. Oops. Hope you're still there. That was a bit nuts, wasn't it? Hello, come on in. Lovely to see you. As you pop in, do say hello. If you see the word live in the corner, you're with me here and now. If not, you're catching the replay. Either way, welcome and thank you for joining me. While you're doing that, while you're writing your hellos, I will open up the iPad and I will have a look at what we've got here. Hope you had a good Tuesday. How's your Tuesday been? Tell me all about it. Oh, there we go. There I am. Oh, gosh, the grey hair's coming through. Terrible. It's not really. Hello. Okie dokie. Hello, Joy Davis. How are you? Nikki's out there. G'day. Come on in. Say hello. Who else is there? Barbara Sharp wasn't going to, but habit has made her. Hello, Marilyn. How are you? Kim's out there. Good to see you all popping in. Thank you so much for joining me. So as we spoke on Sunday night, we are going to make something a little bit different tonight, and it could take a little bit longer. So apologies in advance. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, come back and watch the replay later. Hello, Kim. Hello, Elaine Yule. Hope you're all good. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Fiona, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the Southland town of Mataura, and every Tuesday night I come in and do some crafting with you. We give away prizes from last Tuesday's challenge at the end, so we've got a big challenge tonight. It's normally not this difficult. Well, it's not that hard tonight, but it is something different. So we're going to be making this. This is called the Fan Vase Project. It's not a card, but it is a card. It's a card that you can send, but you can't fold flat. So that is tonight's project. It is going to take a little bit longer than the half hour, so I do apologize. Grab yourself a pen and a piece of paper to write down some notes. I don't know if you'll be able to craft along with me, but you can if you want to try. We'll turn the lights on. Ooh. Sorry, ladies, but could you just tell Mum I'm doing a live, please? On your phone, text her. Okay. He's so good. Mum tries to ring, and when people ring, it cuts out the live, so I do apologise, ladies. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? So that was all fun. Evening, Amy. So we are going to start with a couple of things first before I do that. So I'll turn that light off because it's going to be a bit bright. First of all, I want to give a shout out to one of my team members, Arlene. Arlene lives up in Auckland. I can't remember the name of the suburb. Takanini, I think it is. Takanini. And she knows that when I went to Singapore, I fell in love with fish skins. Haven't been able to get them in New Zealand, but she sent me a packet. I am so grateful. So not only did she send me a packet of fish skins, she sent me a new brand of marshmallows that are very tasty. And she sent me flamingo note cards and some foam stamping blocks, which I'm looking forward to doing something with. Hello, Arlene. Thank you. So if you're wondering what these are, I'm going to open it for you. Oh, foil's really stiff. So it basically is what it says. Salted egg fish skins. Super crispy, super yummy. Probably horrendously bad for me. And not too bad. 15 grams of carbohydrates. That's not bad. We won't talk about the salt content. So it literally is fish skin coated in egg. They smell great. Oh, so really good. Oh, so if you have never tried them, go get some. I don't know where you get them from. She got them from Costco. So crispy. Thanks, Arlene. That'll do from you. Right. I needed that snack. Yeah. Have you ever tried them, Barbara? Have you tried these? They really are delicious. Healthier version to potato chips. And they have good omega. Good protein too. 29 grams of protein. That's really good. That's per serve. I'm going to make you try one, Marilyn. Yeah, no, the fish skins are really, really nice. It doesn't even taste fishy, so no, I never would want to. It looks horrible. Oh, gosh, you're a bit... You don't know till you try, darling. Crocky. If we judged everything on looks, we'd get nowhere in the world. I mean, for goodness sake, if you have a look at the cauliflower, it wasn't the best looking vegetable when it came out, but it's absolutely delish. But no, they are very, very yummy and just a nice alternative to, because obviously potato chips are very bad for us. So yeah, if you're wanting a crunchy snack. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Let's start with the project. Okay, so I'm going to flip you over and we're going to make this beautiful fan fold. So you're going to look down here and you're going to see my lovely desk. Put some light on the situation. How's that? Are we looking straight and... I think we're looking pretty good, aren't we? There we go. So the first thing you'll need is your trimmer, because we need to cut 2 pieces of things. Well, first piece is the designer series paper. So you need to cut your designer series paper 11 inches by 8 1/4. Okay, so have you got that written down? Designer series paper, we want that 11 inches. And I know that this is 12 inches, so we're just going to take an inch off the end. Okay. Keep that, you might be able to use it for a treat. By 8 1/4. There we go, 8 1/4. There we go. So that is our piece of designer series paper. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to bring these projects in and show you. Depending how you fold the paper as to what side of it is. Hang on, put this one in. Can you see? Folding the paper one way, it'll go on here. Folding the paper another way, it goes on the other side. It's also on how you roll the cardstock. So when you make the first couple, you might realise, oh, I've done it around the wrong way. Don't panic. So when I made this one, I really wanted that paper showing. But of course, I did it the wrong way. So the paper had to go to the back because it can only go one way, so to speak. So what I suggest you do is if you want the pretty side showing, okay, what we call the pretty side, you go, because this piece of paper gets cut on an angle. You're going to want your short side on the right and your long side on the left. So if you remember long left, you should be fine. So what we have to do is we grab our handy dandy ruler and a pencil or a pen. I'll just find the comments. Okay. It was very nice of her, Gayleen. Very, very nice. She's a lovely girl, that Arlene. We might keep her on for a day or two. Now, what I'd like you to do is from the bottom up to the centre is 4 inches. Now, I've done this in Imperial, so it's not too complicated. So you put a mark at 4 inches. Can you see that mark there? There's a nice big mark at 4 inches. So from the bottom up, 4 inches. You're going to bring your trimmer back in again. Now, I like to work on the fan first, and you'll know if you're doing this, do the fan first. You'll understand why shortly. I'll try and turn it this way so you can see. Can you see that? So we have got our pen mark. Where to put there? There's the pen mark. So you put the pen mark on the track so you can see this is where the blade goes through here. So that, and then you swivel the paper to the point. So we've got the point of the paper here, going along to the pen mark here. Is that understandable? And you're going to chop it. So you end up with this. Okay? You can keep this for decoration later. All right, does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about that part? Good night, ladies. Enjoy your lesson. Looks like fun. Where's Gayleen off to? You're off somewhere, Gayleen. Where are you going? Did I miss something? So there you go. That's what we want. We're going to work on the fan first, and you'll know why shortly. Bring in your scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, you can use your trimmer. I just find it easier on the scoreboard. Once again, this is a metric plate in centimeters. If you don't have one, you can use the imperial, but you'll use 1/2 inch measurements, and your folds will be slightly bigger. Okay, so if you want to go every 1/2 inch, you can. I'm going to do centimeters. You'll see here. Oh, have I gone? Actually, no, I might be telling fibs. I think I did go every 1/2 inch. Let's have a look. Handy dandy. I think I changed it in the end because I found centimeters were just a little bit tiny. Yep, 1/2 inch. So you can do 1 centimeter, and that makes a tighter fan, or you can do 1/2 inch. It's personal choice, and it really doesn't make a difference to the fan. Does anyone have any questions? It's lovely to meet you at the pool today. Oh, Gayleen's been at the pool with Barbara Sharp. Right, we're going to score every 1/2 inch. If you're like me, I find it very difficult to work in the corner. Things go wrong. So I put my hand here, and I start on the side. And I'm going to score every 1/2 inch. Scoring every 1/2 inch. You can use your trimmer and do every 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter on your trimmer. Okay, 1/2, 7, 6.5, 6, 5.5, 5, 4.5. So every 1/2 inch. Does that make sense? It is lovely paper, Josie. It is in that bulk pack that you can buy, the big jumbo pack. It's in that pack. I love it. I've been using it a lot lately. Now this is where I'm finding I'm getting a bit scrunched at the end. Don't like being scrunched. I'm just going to flip that sucker over, and I'm just going to carry on. It doesn't matter that it's on the opposite side. It just gets concertinaed anyway. So there we go. We have all our 1/2 inch measurements. We're going to pop that scoreboard away. Do ask questions as we go along. I will try and keep an eye on the comments. So now, this is another area. So I want this paper facing the project. So that means my first fold on the, what we call the long edge, is going to be a mountain fold. Okay, so it's going to be a mountain, like so. Because I want it to stick. This panel here is going to stick on the project like that. Okay, so your very first fold is a mountain fold. Okay, just check that. Then you're just going to accordion fold it back and forth. Every now and then stopping and getting the bone folder and giving it a good squidge. Okay, so if I had a bone folder handy, I would squidge it. Oh, there's one. Okay, just every now and then. You don't have to do it on every fold, but every sort of 3 or 4, give it a squidge. Okay. Did Mum reply, Bart? Sorry? Did Mum reply? Yeah. Thank you. Tell her I'll call her after. Right, so there we go. There we go. And over like so. Okay, so this is the painful part. Alison Bishop, so glad you're back in the country. You had an amazing time. You're probably freezing now. Alison has been in the hot part of Australia. Okay, so keep going till the very end. Okay, now the reason why we do the fan first is we have to do some gluing, and we need that to dry before we attach this to the cone part. So work on your fan first. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like at the moment. It's bendable. What we need to do is we need to glue these two pieces together. They're going to come round and be adhered together. Now what some people try and do is they try and bend this. Don't. So that is the tip. You do not bend any of this. You just bend this bit. So I'll bring it round like so. And it gets fiddly, but don't bend any of this. Okay, just this bit. So what I like to do, I'm a cheater weeder. I have got some super duper strong tape. You've all seen this red tape before. It is very strong. You can use glue if you've got patience. I'm just going to cut a piece. Oh, sorry, long enough to go on here. I'm just going to, oh, might need a bit more. Do any of you have this red tape? You probably have this red tape. It's very good tape. You get it from most craft shops. So I'm just going to stick that on there. Okay, grab your bone folder, squidge that tape down. We have card class on Friday, Alison. We're not doing scrapbooking, unfortunately, because I have to go to work Friday afternoon. But then we're back to normal after that. Okay, so can you see the stickies come off? So all I want you to do is kiss these two pieces together. It takes a little bit of manipulating. Okay, so using the good, and you only get one shot at it if you use tape. If you use glue, you've got a bit of time. So can you see how, so take a screenshot of that. You don't want to bend any of this. You're only joining those two bits together. Okay? Rightio. So now what I need you to do is grab yourself a rubber band or a hair tie. Okay, I'm going to use a hair tie. And this is when you do get some good strong glue. You're now going to drip glue. Oh, this might not work because it's blocked up the other day. Hang on, I'll just see if I can free that. Oh, yep, we're away now. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue in the valley of all of the, in the line with that crease. So just there, there, and there. Okay, can you see? I'll try and lift it up a bit closer. It should really come down a bit. Okay, so I've just dropped bits of glue all through there in line with that fold. So you can squish it a bit and then turn it over so it doesn't drip. And you're going to do the same on the back. Just a dot. Okay, so this is why you have to do the fan first, because it takes a bit of drying time. Bring in your handy dandy hair tie rubber band or some other way of holding that together. So now we need to hold that together until it dries. Okay, so put it over there. Are there any questions from this point? Does that all make sense? So it's 8 1/4 by 11. You're going to mark it at 4 inches, cut it on an angle, then you're going to score it every 1/2 inch or centimetre. If you want the pretty paper showing, make sure your first fold is a mountain fold. All right, join those two pieces together and then sticky glue that. So I'm going to pop that to the side. Okay, no questions? Da-da-da. Now we're going to bring in our cardstock. I am also using bubble bath to match the paper. We're going to cut this at 11.5 inches by 8 1/4. Now it already is 8 1/4 because that's what an A4 is. So we don't need to cut that, but we need to turn it this way and we need to chop it down just a smidge, 11.5 inches. So look, that's all you're taking off, not much at all. Throw that away. Now this time, I'll move this out of the way. This time the measurement is a little different. It is 3 1/8. So shall I write that so you don't forget? Oh, well, I've got some instructions you can take a photo of at the end. So I'm going to grab my ruler. Here it is. 3 1/8. So that's 3 inches, and then so that's a 1/2, that's a 1/4, so it's that one there. 3 1/8, just over the 3 inch mark. Okay, if you're doing it in metric, it would be approximately It's that line there, 8 centimetres. Okay, if you're doing metric, 8 centimetres. Then we're going to chop it the same way again. We're going to pop the pen mark. I'm going to pop the pen mark in the track, like so. So there's the pen mark in where the blade goes. Then swivel the top around till you've got the point in the track mark as well. Okay. So that's that piece there done. Alrighty. Now, because I've designed this to go on the left hand, I just prefer it on the left hand side. I prefer the look of this on the left than I do the look of the other one on the right, but it's personal choice. Okay, so the one I'm making now is a left-handed one. Alrighty. So that means that this piece here needs to stick on this side here. So we roll it in there. So if you want your fan on the left, your short piece will be on the right. That's probably a good note. So obviously you can tell that the length of the fan lines up with the length of this piece of cardstock here. Now we need to curl it inwards like so. Now, this is just a trick I use. I'm going to hold the short end. I'm going to pop my ruler here, and I'm going to lift the cardstock slowly. And I'm going to lift it slowly, and see how it's starting to naturally curl? I'm just going to keep doing that. And it's just breaking the fibres in that cardstock, getting a nice curl. Like so, because eventually it's going to look like this, and then that will be adhered to that. Okay, is it starting to make sense? Yes, like ribbons, absolutely, Harry. You want to curl it like you would a ribbon. Now I want to show you something else. This one here, hello, you can make it with no bum if you want to. Okay, you just basically, what you would do now is you would just adhere it side to side where you go. But I quite like having a solid base, right? So what I did is I grabbed out some of my dies, and I found this one, which is approximately 6.5 centimeters, or 2.5, or just over 2.5 inches, almost 2 3/4 inches. So if you have a circle that's anywhere between 2 1/4 and 3 inches, that will be fine. I have just used the cardboard that our designer series paper comes with. Our specialty paper comes on a card base. I've done 4 of them. Okay, I'm going to glue these together. Probably should have done this first as well, but this glue is really good. It'll stick fast. Okay. And then, of course, you should die cut the same circle in the matching colour, which I have forgotten to do, but you'll see here. See how I've die cut the bottom in the same coordinating cardstock as I have done the inside. The OCD in me really wants to just quickly do that, so just wait there. I will just die cut these. Da, da, da. Right. Okay. So that's what that triangular scrap could be for. You could cut out your 2 circles to match. Sorry about that. I should have had them ready, shouldn't I? It's a bit slack of me. There we go. So that's going to cover that. And then this one's going to cover the inside. Okay. So there's not a lot of parts to it really, and you don't have to have this bottom. You can clearly see this works fine without it. There's not a big problem. All right, so I'm just going to put that there. So step number 2, if you want to stamp your cardstock, now is the time to do it. Lay it out, because if it's rolled, that's the inside, that's the outside. Now's the time to do your stamping and decorating, okay? How big was the circle? Oh, Emma, anywhere between, so I'd say if you could, 2 1/4 to 3 inch circle will be fine. Anywhere between, whatever you've got. If you've got a 2 1/4 inch die, use that. If you've got a 3 inch die, just use what you've got. If you don't have any dies, you can even just get like, I don't know, just get something like this and draw around it and cut out a thick piece of cardboard. It does need to be about that thick. So anything around about that size. Okay. Right. I'm not going to stamp this for video purposes, but here's one I'm working on, and I have stamped it with the pine needles. Okay, so this is a Christmas one I'm doing, and this is the Christmas paper I am using. Anyway, come back to this one now. Okay, and this is where it gets a little tricky. If you don't have the red tape, I would suggest you use normal tape with a bit of glue as well. Combine tape and glue together so that once the tape gets a bit dry, the glue will hold onto it. You're going to put the adhesive right along the bottom edge, like so. Okay. Grab your snips, cut that off. Grab your bone folder and make sure that that red tape is stuck down good. Okay. As I said earlier, how many of you worked with red tape? Pringles lid. Yes, Pringles would look good if you, yeah, and you could use the lid and cover that. That's perfect. Yeah, a lid off something would, even if you've got some of these Stampin' Up ribbon doodahs, you know, you could pull them apart and glue 2 together would be the, see you, I'm almost out of that ribbon. So if you, have you got some of this at home? So if you were to pull these apart, not as easy as I thought. Yep, here we go. And then rip this side off. Pull that off. Pull the middle bit off, like so. There we go. And then glue those 2 together. That would work. That's the right thickness. So there you go. Red tape is fantastic. Yes, it is, but you can get tricky with it. You're dead right. Okay, so if you're not familiar with red tape, feel free to use normal double-sided tape and add a little bit of glue as well. But I'm going to use the red tape. I'm going to lift it, which is always the fun part. Have I got it or have I not? Oh, that was a fluke. I don't normally get it on the first go. Grab your circle. And you're going to stick it on the sticky tape on the edge, like so. Now, because the stuff sticks so well, I can literally just roll it now along the edge of the tape. I'll just pull that off. So I'm literally just going to roly-poly, keeping it straightish as I go, like so. Okay. See how it just roly-polies? I can even pick it up now. And roll. And you've got a lot of room. That's what I'm saying. If your circle base is bigger, you've got plenty of overlap. See, we've come to the end there. But if your circle was bigger, you really do have plenty of extra overlap. Now, I like to just leave that bit up. The end bit, just leave that up. You'll know why in a second. Hopefully this has dried. We'll bring it back. Take our hair tie off. Now, because we started with that, what do you call that? That mountain fold. That slides over the top. Can you see how it slides in there like that. Does that bit make sense? I'm trying to make this as easy peasy as possible. That little groove there is going to sit on the top like so. Okay, now some people say, oh, but the ends don't match up. That's okay, you just trim the suckers. Trust me. So, I just do this now. I open up that piece there, grab my good glue. On both sides. Sorry, I got the lid in my mouth. Heaps of glue. Can't have too much glue. Okay. And then you just pop that over the top. Like so. Lining it up. Like that. And see, now we have it. And don't be frightened to come along, give it a squidge. Give it a squidge. Okay. Now, this is entirely up to each person. Some people run double-sided tape along this piece here. I'm just a glue girl. I'm just going to put glue down in here as far as that bit there goes round. And I even put some extra glue down in here. Okay. Can you see I've put glue from the bottom to where it matches the cardstock? And then I've also put some extra glue. And then just bring it over. And if you've got a bulldog clip or even just a clothes peg, pop that clothes peg on just to hold it in place for a little bit. Just give it a push. If you use tape, obviously it'll stick pretty quickly. Put that there. And just hold it for a few mementos. Now, if this drives you nuts, now's good. Okay, just like that. But when you do all the beautiful decorating, trust me, no one's going to be... Oh, see, that hasn't dried. So you really do need to let your fan dry before you apply it to this. So as you can see, it hasn't dried. So I've got another option here. I bring my hair tie in and I'm going to pop it over the whole jolly lot because it just has not dried in that time frame. Just pop that there. Okay. Oh, no. It needs to be... So don't go putting your fan on that quickly. You're going to have to let those fans dry, girls. Evening. Sorry I'm late. Had a phone call. That's okay, Sandra. Good to see you here now. So this one, when you're making your fans, don't go putting them on until it's perfectly secured together. Okay, does that make sense? See, that one's just going to keep coming apart. It's probably come apart on the back as well. So yeah, don't put your fan on until it's 100% glued together. Yeah, no, it's like, I don't want to play your game. You tried to rush the process, Fiona. Okay, but you get the gist of it. So as I said, this is not a fun Tuesday technique project. Normally we would not do something this complicated, but you all seem to love the project. I'm just going to have to leave that there because that is... I have got somewhere in my stash, somewhere I saw it, I had some washi tape. Okay, I can't find my washi tape, so what I'm going to use is this warehouse tape. I'm just going to de-tack it on the skin of my hand. So that means I'm just taking off the extra stickiness of it because we don't want it to rip the paper. So I'm just going to de-tack that, and then I'm literally going to just crunch that together. Just because it's certainly not holding. Okay, so that is an option there to keep that fan together. Right, so then comes the fun part, decorating. So I'll pop that to the side. You will notice there is a hole there. See the hole? Some people don't like that and want to cover it up. It's not happy. I should have pre-made a second fan. So to cover up that, you can just put your embellishments on to cover up the hole if you want to. On this one, I actually tied the ribbon through the hole. I think it looks quite sweet. So, and I did that before I attached it to the edge. Okay. This one here, we have used the embellishments to hide the hole. Does that make sense? It didn't take as long as I thought, actually, to be honest, but get your phones ready for some screenshotting, and we'll go through those instructions one more time, just so you get the right project. Okay, so I've got some things here that I've pre-done. There we go. So your cardstock needs to be 11.5 inches by 8 1/4. You mark up from the bottom. I didn't write that on there. Okay. So you mark from the bottom up 3 1/8 of an inch. These are all inches. What are you doing, Mr. Creepo? Oh, he's trying to find the lollies. Get out of my marshmallows.
I thought you had that open.
I did. They're not for you. They're my fish. Ladies, I can't even rush off and give him a bash. You want to try one?
Oh, look at that.
It's yummy. You try it. He's never tried one because he didn't come to Singapore. They're so yum. Are they yum? Hang on. Let's see, folks. I'll just give you a... Hang on, darling. What's your honest opinion?
Ooh.
Oh, you just don't... You normally eat anything. Get out of the marshmallows.
No, I don't like those.
No, okay. All right then. He doesn't like the fish skins. He has no taste. Anyway, we got sidetracked there. So if you want to screenshot that part there, it says cardstock 11.5 inches by 8 1/4. Mark it at 3 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, and then you cut from there through to there. Okay. Now a note: if you want the paper on the left, the right, have the short side on the left. So DSP on right, then the short side is on the left, and you roll inward. Does anybody have any more questions? Then your designer series paper is, you can use 12 or 11 inch, it really doesn't matter, by 8 1/4. But this time you have to mark 4 inches from the bottom up. Okay, 4 inches. And then you score every 1/2 inch. Does anyone have any questions? Are you unsure about anything? Do you want me to show you any process again? Are you going to make these? Because you all said you were going to make them. That's why. You don't let me down, ladies. Do not let me down. Someone like the blue one. Was that you, Andrea? I'll just see my comments. Just like the blue one. Can you tie it together with a bow? Yes, you can tie it together with a bow. And I would still put glue in all of those crevices. That is chock full of glue in there. So if the bow came undone, it's still going to stay put. Do you need to put it in a box of post? Yeah, it's not something you would post unless it was in a box. You would definitely hand it to the person. It's more of a table decoration. Personally, for me, it's a gift in itself. I would put lollies, perfume, coffee sachets, a small bottle of wine, a can of their favourite fizz, or you can buy wine in a can now, and I would put it in there, and that's the whole gift. I would even cut an extra white piece to write my message on here. So that is an option. It's definitely a unique project. Can you imagine it with Christmas paper on the table, the Christmas table? You could put your serviettes in there. I think it would look gorgeous at Christmas time. You could even put your Christmas cracker in there and they could pull it out from there. But yeah, or you know, there's so many possibilities with this project. So that is absolutely what you can do with it. Obviously, if you know the size of your bottle, then you're going to have to make the base that size. This particular one won't fit a can. Nope, it's not going to fit a can. But if this one had a bottom, I'll just put you back up a bit. then if this one had a bottom, because it's bigger, it would fit a can. See, like so. And then you could, and if you use the right glue and tape, it'll hold a can and a bottle. Cheers. Okay, before I switch the camera around, looks fat. Thank you. I do want to see lots of these made by next Tuesday. Thank you, Judy. If you're, I will post. So actually, if we just put this here, is that straight? Can you all see that? Take a screenshot of the instructions, okay? But I'll take a picture and post this instructions tomorrow. And do let me know if you have any questions, okay? And look, the first couple you make will be disasters. I can tell you I put 2 in the bin before it come right. And then, as I say, I was really gutted. I really wanted this part of the paper showing, but the way I rolled this, I realised I had the paper around the wrong way. Okay, so it will happen, but I have actually fallen in love with it now with the copper here. I think it looks super sweet. And then remember, if you want to decorate your cardstock, you have to do that before you roll it up. You can stamp it flat, okay? And if you're good at maths, you could shrink it down and make a really small one to fit a glue, which is my next mission. I'm going to try and make a small one, a small little one, which I would probably score every 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 centimetre, and make a little one for a glue. Right. Emma's going to give it a go. Yay. Leonie's, how are you? She might try it. Homemade chocolates would be perfect, Sandra Parker. Yep. I will have to give her, but not home till next Tuesday. That's okay. Can I change my mind, says Barbara Sharp. No. Of course you can, darling. What other question? Just checking everything. Looks great, says Denise. Jill Harvey, she's going to give it a go. Well done. I'm just checking those comments. So yeah, I think that's about it. Will the punch? No. Okay, so if there's a story, someone asked, will the punch work? Yes, it does for about 8, and then I killed it. So I'll show you. Hang on. So I was using this punch here, which is a 2.5 inch punch. Punch. I punched out about 8, and now it won't punch. So if you don't want to wreck your punches, don't use it. If you use thinner cardstock and punched 10, yes. Yes. But if you want to waste that amount of cardstock, then you can. But the thinner, I'll show you. Okay. So this is the backing from our normal designer series paper. As you can see, it's very, very thin. If you were to punch this whole thing out, this punch just doesn't punch very well anymore. Oh, no, I've absolutely buggered that punch. But anyway, if you were to punch out maybe 6 to 10 and glue them all together, yes, thinner cardstock would work in the punch. But if you're using thicker cardstock, don't bugger your punch like I did. Okay, there's a good tip. Don't bugger your punch. Will be a challenge. Hope it turns out. Absolutely, it's about giving it a go, Evelyn. Elaine Yule's going to give it a go. Going to put some hand cream in for the mother-in-law's birthday. Brilliant idea. Speaking of hand cream, this one is my new fave. It is at New World. It's called Frula, and it's just super nice. It's got kawa oil, hyaluronic, some fancy acid. But yeah, super hydrating, smells delish, and it's a good size. Look at this. Look at that. You could even get something else in there, like a little, I don't know. But that works perfectly. Hey, aren't we clever? Okay, so this one I'm going to have to leave because the glue has not set. It does, because it's holding a fair amount of paper together, so make your fans in advance, okay? Use a hot glue. If you're in a hurry, use hot glue gun, okay? But if you're not in a hurry, I would make your fans in advance and then assemble. Righty-ho, let's turn the camera around. So what did we think of that, ladies? Tin foil. No, it's not blunted, it's bented. So what happens is when you use thick cardstock in your punch and you're pushing down, it bends this bit here and it now touches and what? Yeah, so it's not blunt, it's bent. because you've got to remember this is a soft metal. It's not a hard metal. So when you're doing silly things like I was, I burn myself. There is cold hot glue. Does that make sense? There is child-friendly glue that you can use that won't burn you. I have got some somewhere. I said more than poos, Harry. So I need to buy me a new one because I love 2.5 inch. Stampin' Up don't sell them. Okay, so as you can tell, this is not a Stampin' Up one. But yeah, I killed it. But that's okay. That's okay. Bart tried to fix it. He did. He really did. He had it in all sorts of... Because they tell you to drop it on the floor sometimes and that repositions them. No, she's bent and buggered for good. So that is why I recommend a die. Because these you cannot wreck. Okay? This has die cut heaps and heaps and heaps. Because you know I've been teaching this in class. Ah, good on you. Cherry's going to have a go too. Awesome. So if you are in Southland, classes this week are Friday morning. We are just doing quick Christmas cards. Jill Harvey, brilliant project. Thank you, my darling. Can't wait to see yours because I know it'll be stunning. And then Saturday, I will be at the Winton Market. So if you're heading over to Winton, come and say hello to me at the market. Once again, heaps of stall holders. And look, just come for a scone. The scones are amazing. Seriously, I eat them there all the time. So, yeah. If you've got nothing to do on Saturday, come for a drive for a scone to Winton. Okay, so now we're going to... Oh, someone sent me some photos. Oh, look. Someone's already beat us to it. It's very similar. So, Sue Johnson's obviously watching. She's sneaking around in the background. She's just showing me a picture of one she has done. Hers is all one piece of paper and it's a little one. So can you see that? There she is. Cheeky little tart. God, Sue, I miss your cheesecakes. Grandma's cheesecakes. No one down here does Grandma's cheesecakes. I miss. Sue has a cafe in Palmerston North called Capers Cafe. And if you want authentic home-baked food, go to her cafe. It's the best. Okay, now we're going to find our wheel, which I did on Google. Where is Google? There it is. We had 18 entries for last Tuesday's challenge. That was making your own frame. Well done, ladies. You did amazingly well. We got Lynn Jacobson, Jill Harvey, Barbara Sharp, Marilyn B, Mary Lee, Elizabeth, Teresa, Sandra Collins, Pamela, Linda, Gayleen, Josie, Emma, Evelyn, pardon me, Judy W, Marilyn C, Nikki, and Judy O. Anyone in Kapiti, check out the Kapiti Quilters Guild exhibition at Southwoods Car Museum on Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. till 4. And if you go, take pictures because those quilts are amazing. If you're allowed to take pictures. Ask first. I always, oh God, look at my hair sticking. If you're at a place like that, always ask before you take a photo because sometimes they don't like you taking photos because it's creative work. I'm just waffling. Okay, we are way overdue. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Hope you got your lucky knickers on. Right, here we go. The winner chicken dinner is... Oh, Harry's got a quilt. I want to see a picture when you've got it hanging up. Oh, who's it going to be? It's going to be Lucky Linda. Lucky Linda from Invercargill. Well done, Linda. Congratulations. What are we going to give Lucky Linda for her prize tonight? Fishkins. A bag of fishkins. No, I'm just kidding. That would be funny. Actually, I know something Linda might like. I know. Hang on. I've got some over here. Over here. Not that one there. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, look, it'll be the last one I look for, won't it? Not that one either. Oh, my goodness. This is it. Stampin' Up kit. Linda makes quite unique projects. So, Linda, I'd like to give you this one. This is called Just For You. It is a kit that makes these tags. But these tags are more than tags. On the back is a little pouch to put a gift card in. But I know you will do, look what you get. You get the baker's twine, you get some dimensionals, you've got an acrylic block in there somewhere. Oh, there it is, I'm holding it. There's the acrylic block. And see, they're shiny. But wait, there's more. You also get a shaded spruce ink pad, and you also get my, this is the stamp set, okay? It says, from our home to yours, Merry Christmas with love, a little something for a friend. It also has the to and from for making tags. And this is my favourite, just for you. And do you want to know how much this is my favourite? I keep it in here. And if you have a look, I have used it so much, it won't stick anymore. So this, so just for you. I love the font. I'll see if I can hold it up and you can see the font. See it? Isn't that nice? So that's for you. I will be seeing you probably. Are you coming to Winton? Come and get a scone in Winton, Linda. I'll make sure let me know. But otherwise, I am coming to Invercargill in a week. We've got some bits to do down there, so I could always. Oh, because we've got another thing to get from your mum and dad's place. So thanks, Linda. Amy, yes, congratulations. So that is the Stampin' Up. It is actually called, you might want to know what it's called. These kits are just fantastic. Hang on. This one is called Christmas Gifting Kit. But I just know she's going to do something quite clever. Wash in warm soapy water, dry well and rinse. Yes, I need to do that. But I'm far too bloody lazy. And every time I go to grab it, I just put some double-sided tape on the back. But I love it that much. It has its own little case and I just thrash it. Absolutely thrash it. This is another stamp that I use a lot. Looks like that. It's not a Stampin' Up one, but I love tickets. Love tickets. So there you go. Does anybody have any questions before I go? I'm so sorry this one took a little bit longer. Tomorrow morning, I will post a picture of the instructions. Oh, sanitizer. That's clever, Evelyn. I've got a heap of that because, you know, we don't use it anymore. I will post a picture of this as well as my contact details if you need to reach out and say, how the heck did that happen again? And like I say, you may make a couple of duds to start with, but don't panic, okay? And don't be frightened to decorate. You might not be able to see it, but on this one, I happen to have a white paint pen, and I painted the tip white, and I went round the bottom, just a little subtle extra bit, and then of course on this one it's cardstock, but I covered the cardstock with paper. See, this was the first one I made. It was a dud. I glued the inside to the outside. So you will make mistakes. Don't panic, okay? But it's a very solid, great for putting in wine, cans of drink, all that type of sanitizer. Okay, gotta go. See you later, Nikki. Have fun. Can't wait to see what you do. Hope not too many duds. One of your Technique Tuesday projects I had 3 goes at. Okay. And I'm glad to know I'm not the only one, because quite often on a Tuesday, you don't know how many prototypes I've made before I finally get it right for a Tuesday technique. Amy, keep warm and dry. You too, darling. I hope you're feeling a lot better. It is a bit chilly around here tonight, so I don't know what it's like in the North Island. I hope you guys are staying cozy. We've got the fire going, so we're nice and warm. I got home from work, and it was 28 degrees in the lounge. It's just a tad tropical. I'm sure he does it, so when I get home and take my clothes off. Oh, Lord, no. Okay, Arlene, once again, if you're still watching, thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody knows where to get these in Invercargill or Gore, but I have checked everywhere in Gore, let me know. Let me know. They are delicious. You don't know what you're missing. A lot better survive work so far. Well done, Amy. Congratulations. Okay, guys, I'm off. Take care. Friday we will have a skit. Yeah, we have one of those shops here, and I've tried it. They didn't even know what I was talking about. And then I haven't found anything in Invercargill. So if anybody knows where there's an Asian shop that might sell, or those international shops that sell like all sorts of countries' food, salted egg fish skin. So basically it's fish skin covered in egg and deep fried. Anything fried is good. Right, Sketch Challenge Friday. Sunday we will get together at 8 o'clock and give away some prizes for the Sketch Challenge. Next Tuesday, I expect to see at least 20 entries. Don't let me down, girls. Thanks so much. Bye for now.